Thank you all for coming today. This class, like Mary said, we are going to teach 6 different sessions starting today and through May 9th. My name is Ibrahim Khalaila. We say Khalaila. So it is actually with a Kha, with a new letter you guys probably going to learn in this session. A lot of people, they write it with the KH simply because there is no Kha in English. So they say Khalaila, and if you have problem pronouncing that, you can try Delilah, but with the K instead. So Khalaila. That's the best I can do for that. As far as my first name, it's Ibrahim, and it is the same one in the Bible, Abraham, and the same one you guys call Abe sometimes. Normally I don't mind calling me either one, but for the sake of the class, we're teaching Arabic. If you want to call me Ibrahim. Try, practice it. Okay. I am the founder and the owner of the Middle East Learning and Cultural Center here in Ames. More than 2 years ago, we actually established that center to teach Arabic. The major thing we do is teaching Arabic for non-speakers. Whether these are children, teenager or adults, for all kind of levels. Our location is 315 6th Street, across the street from the post office. And this is our website, and this is the email. If you wish, you can always email me for any questions. So before we start, like I said, we welcome you all to the workshop. And I'm glad we had the chance to, to include all those of you in the waiting list, which is great. I'm so thrilled for you to be here. The material and the textbook, the curriculum we have. I will be teaching through the curriculum that we adopted. It's called Al-Lisan textbook. This curriculum has different levels. So I will start with what you call the first step in teaching the language and go forward from there. This book has so many different materials. It has interactive programs, and it includes a CD. There's a textbook and a workbook that I don't ask you to buy it, but I recommend it highly if you want to go further in the language. We have a website, and all the information that we're going to use, or the Facebook. We post a lot of things on Facebook. We post the videos on our website and our channel. So you can join us. This is our website, melcc.net. If you go there, all the way at the right here, we have Facebook thing. You can join us. I believe, like a lot of people, and like education process needs 3 things. There are 3 major components in any education process. The teacher, and we believe we have very good teachers to teach the language as a second language to others, and the curriculum, and we have a great curriculum that is taught in different colleges and universities around the globe, and including here in Iowa and in Nebraska and everywhere else. And the third component is actually you, the student. You have to have a motive, and if you don't have a motive, if you don't have commitment, you pretty much be wasting your time. I mean, I'm not wasting my time for sure, but it's good to have a motive. It's good to be committed, and it's good to prepare, understand, review, and practice. Any language, the major treasure in any language is vocabulary. If you don't memorize, you probably will be having trouble understanding people saying the words. It doesn't matter if you hear it right or wrong, you still don't understand it because you didn't know. And they think we should get started. This is from the old world where it's Semitic people came from, and the Assyrian and the other people, including the language and Hebrew and other languages, who the holy books actually were written in those languages. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, it is also written in Arabic, and actually that is another strength in the language that kept it strong and survived for after 1500 years. Now we have 150 million people speak and write Arabic, but that's only speaking and writing. We have more people who use the Arabic letters, but it's a different language. They only use the script of Arabic, and that's included, say, like in Persian, the Urdu, and a lot of countries in Asia, they use that. Arabic writing, it's from right to left. See where's the arrow right here? We write from here. I don't see anybody surprised, right? But we write from the right, just like driving in England. You know, you're driving the wrong side of the street. Maybe we are on the wrong side of the street. We have a special letter in Arabic, and that letter is going to be tough a little bit. This is Bad. B. So it's not D, it's not T, it's B. Where you have your tongue actually fills everything into the front of your mouth, called B, and there's no air coming out. B. So this letter, the only language has this letter is Arabic. And the reason I brought this up, because a lot of people called Arabic the bad language, because that characterizes the language. So if you see bad in any text, you will definitely know that's Arabic. It's just, you know, something unique about the language. Another thing about the numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3 through 9, the way they look here. These are actually Arabic numbers. Maybe some of you are not surprised, but some other of you are surprised. These are Arabic language, and in the Middle Ages, the mathematicians at the time, they created those numbers, and then every other language started using them. And that's it for the quick presentation. We will now start the language. How many letters do we have in Arabic language? Anybody knows?
28.
28? Okay, 28. We have 28 letters, and these are the letters. The first letter, I think I'm going to use the whiteboard a little bit. Today we're going to discuss the first two rows of the language, you know, like the first row and the second row. Then next week we will discuss the rest of them and then take it from there. Yeah, so the first one is, I don't know if you see, but this one. So this is Alif. Alif. Now we have two things, just like in English. We have the name of the letter, and we have the way the letter sounds. So we have Alif, that's the name of the letter. It doesn't sound Alif in every word you have it there, you know. It's like W. You didn't say W in every word. You see W. But so this is Alif, and you see a little thing over there. That is Hamza. Okay, Hamza. They have it here together, but I would like to separate them for easier for everybody. So Alif by itself is the letter. Hamza is not. Okay? Hamza is actually another sound. I will explain it soon. That some scholars in the language, they think it is the 29th letter. Okay? So officially we have 28 letters. Excuse me. There are some seats. There are some chairs over there. You can. Yeah, there's one right here. There's one right here. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you made it. So we have Alif and we have Hamza. Let's start with what we know, and then Hamza we can explain later. Alif sounds like. Okay. Now here, maybe you hear this guy sounds better than me, but so. Okay, that's. Yeah, that's so it sounds okay. Now Hamza, however, it is you know, if you feel the cutting voice, I don't think there's an English letter for Hamza, but we will get to that. So this is Alif, and that's how it looks like, just like one. All right, and then we have So this is ba. Let me see, run it. Okay, so it is alif, ba. So that sound at the end, you see ba. The sound, that's a hamza. So you know what's the sound. So it is not officially a letter, but some people added it as a letter. So we only say 28, but some people say there are 29 letters. So this is alif, and this is ba. There is one thing I would like you not to do, which is don't write the letters and write the way they sound in English, because that actually is a major problem. Once we learn the letters, and you know, and you do your homework, and you do your practice, once you know how they sound, there's no reason to forget them and go back to English and read in English alphabet, Arabic, right? I mean, the reason you're here to learn the language, not to learn how to write how the alphabet sound in English. So don't say ba like this, ba, a. Don't do that. You know, that kills the language, and you will not improve. You will not learn much. I know, unfortunately, a lot of curriculum, they actually have their, and universities and colleges, they teach the language and they say ba looks like this, ba, everybody says ba and happy. They shouldn't really be happy about that, because that is not teaching you the way you're supposed to learn, and fast. Once you know how to write ba the way it is without the English alphabet, then you can always read it ba. Actually, you can brag about it. Show me any Arabic text and I can read, right? Anyway, so this is ba, and this is, anybody? Ta. Ta. Yes. I can sometimes tell you what is the corresponding letter if it is directly corresponding to the English, but I will not write it like that, except this time. So ta is like the way T sound, ta, okay? And ba is the way B sound, b. So we have these letters, alif, ba, ta, okay. Remember, there's ta, and these are the names. Again, these are the names of the letters. I would like to remind you this all the time. These are not the way they sound in the word. They sound t, like t. So now here, this letter is, anybody? Fa. Fa. So we have this letter that we don't have in English. In English we have th for tha, as in theater, not as in that. There's a difference between the two. Like theater, the way you say theater, the th in there is th. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of air coming out, like th. So that's tha, and it is one letter. So we don't have combination of letters. It's one letter. So this is tha. Those actually ba, ta, and tha. This one, and this one, and this one. The only difference between them, beside the sound, the dots. You know, the first one has one underneath. The second one has 2 dots on top. The third one has 3 dots on top. So these 3 are from the same group, ba, ta, tha. The way they are written from the same group. The only difference is the dot, and that makes it easier for you to memorize. Now we have another set of 3 different letters. They look alike except the dot. The first one has a dot inside the belly, if I want to call it the belly. This one is what?
Jim.
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 Okay. And this one is okay, let me see. Who knows this letter? Actually, no, it is
حاء
Yeah, you will have some problems with this letter, but the more you practice it, it's not you can't say it, it's simply you never said it before, you know. So what you need to do just to practice your muscle a little bit, and believe me, they will come, and you will be able to say that letter if you just keep practicing. So the letter is ha. Yeah. The only thing I don't mind hearing ha instead, if you can say ha, but I would like not to hear kha instead. Simply because kha is another letter. It's right here. You know, like this one is
خاء.
see? So that's a letter. When you say kha for that one and kha for this one, well, then we have a problem. So this letter is, again, this one is Jim. Jim. Yeah, this one. Ha. Drop the kh. Yeah. Like, you know, from the bottom of your throat. Ha. And nothing in the nose. Ha. Ha. And then we have third one. Kha. Nice. Actually, you guys doing great. Okay. And this one. So these, let's just go back to these. This Jim letter, the way it's pronounced, J, like J in George, or Jason, J in Jason. So we don't have G and J, we have Jim, just one, which to me makes more sense. So Jim, we can use it for whatever J sounding letter. Yeah, this is very important. The good thing about the language, Arabic language, in Arabic it is important to know that we sound what we read and we write what we hear. Complicated? For example, if you hear Jim, you write Jim. If you hear the, you write the. You don't write it T-H-E. Tihi, for example. What is Tihi to me as Arabic? These are three letters. T has a sound, H has a sound, E has a sound. They don't sound to me the, they sound Tihi. If I want to go, you get the point? So here in Arabic, if you hear a letter, you write that letter, nothing with it. Like in French, like the words are that long, and you only say quoi, and it's just like this is true. So no, we don't do that. Qua, for example, in Arabic, it is only ka, wa, that's it. Qua. We have ka and we have wow, we have a. 3 letters, not a set of letters, and so forth. The examples are so many, but it is you know, very important, and it is actually comforting to know that we write what you hear. Sometimes I will give you quizzes, not, you know, just practice quizzes, to tell you what did you hear. For example, Jim. I want to see this letter, then you know something else, and so forth. This is what? Ha. Ha. And this is ha. You guys are good. Are you sure you did not take this class before somewhere else? So this is dal. That's again the name of the letter dal. It sounds d, like, you know, the letter D sounds. Same thing, d. This one, however, from the same group, we have this group of 2 letters, one without a dot and the other one is with a dot. The one with a dot is what? You know some Arabic? No? Dhal. Dhal. So that was dal, this is dhal. So dhal, it sounds the letter as th in the word that, or that, or there. Not theater. You see, we have th, tha, and we have th, thal. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it closer to you how to pronounce it. So we have the, and we have tha. And these are, I see somebody is really focusing. That's great. So we have, this is tha,
ثاء
and this is
ذال
yes. Okay. Again, we have another two sets of letters, this one and this one. The first one is
راء
Ra. Remember, there's Hamza at the end. Hamza is the sound. Ra. And the way it sounds, ar. Yeah, ar, like ar. Okay. I know in English sometimes you just say California. There's no R in California, and there is R, but you didn't say it. You know, a lot of words, but here it's good to pronounce give the ra its space and its time, ra. And if it's in the word, we need to pronounce it r. Okay, that was ra, the one before this. This one with the dot is what? Yeah, well, that's how it sounds, but this is zai.
زاي
Zai. And that sounds the Z letter. Z. Z. Not S. Z. Right? And I think, we can, I think we have time so we can go back and forth review, but I want to make sure we actually finish. And this one is, okay, before that,
سين
like I said, these are a set of two, they are similar except the dot. These are another set of two, similar except the dot. These are another set of two, similar. And this, by the way, if you happen to go to the Middle East or to any, you've been to Dubai, this is the call for prayers. Because the Middle East, it's we're Muslim countries and we pray 5 times a day. So this is like call for prayer. Because I know when I was back, I'm from Jordan, by the way, the country of Jordan, and we used to go out with tourist groups and stuff. And then when they first come to the country, they hear that sound like, what is this? They think it's called for something else, or somebody's having a party, or they want to go. Say no, you can't do that. Yeah, but so when you hear this call, it's just a call for prayer for those who want to. Okay. This one is Seen. That's the name of the letter. It sounds like it's like S in English. This one with dot, however, is same way. Sheen. Instead of seen, it is sheen, and it sounds sh. And the corresponding letter is sh. So we have in English we have 2 letters to make this sound. In Arabic we have 1. So this letter is sh. These two are also from the same group, and this one we don't have in English, but you say it sometimes, but you put S instead. This is Sad. Sad. It's not S, it's S. Like, if the best way I can probably get it closer to you, when you say the word assumption, you see assumption, you didn't say assumption, right? So these are, this word could help you because there are 2 S's in there, and the 2 S's, they sound a little bit amplified. So this is an amplified S. So you say sa, or s, sad. Yeah, sad. That's the name of the letter, and it sounds s. We explained this one, didn't we? That was earlier. Well, yeah, you guys want to try? Bod. So it's like an amplified D, but okay. This is, I can tell you, I can give you credit right now that you guys are learning. I'm giving you a lot of information because I really want to go a little bit faster, and hopefully this week you will have time to review either online or YouTube or whatever material you can come up with to review these. But it is important to follow up with me. There's a lot of information and you're taking it, which is good. Yes, ma'am.
Could you say that again? We're hearing different things. Did you say amplified?
Yes.
D or V?
Neither. Yeah, it's actually B. No, B. You don't close your mouth. You keep it open. B. Bod. Yeah, and I can sound it from the system. Maybe you can hear it.
ضاد
This is Sad and this is Bod. So Bod is like D but amplified. Bod, not Da, Ba. And Sad is like S but amplified. Sa, not Sa. Sa, the letter seen right here. And okay, good. So now we can revisit those letters. I know we're going to revisit again and again and again because these are tough to remember, especially for those who never practice those letters. The way they are written. Okay, so when we write these letters, now these letters, the way they look here, that's when they are alone. We know, we said earlier at the beginning of the class that Arabic is a cursive language. You have to connect the letters if they allow you to connect, whenever the case is. So what we're going to learn now, and depending on the time, we will learn how to write these letters when they are standalone letters. So this is Alif. And Alif, remember, first we start from right to left, right? We start from the right to the left. So Alif, our hand up, down. Simple, just like one. Ba. It's like a plate. You can look at it as a plate. And with dot. Without dot, what is it? It's not ba, unless we explain this later. But so it doesn't have to be diamond, So just a dot is okay. And you don't have to have exactly as it is printed over here. The language is also, when you see printing and books and paper writing, just like any other language, there is handwriting. People make sometimes wrong writing and they consider it R where it doesn't look R. The books and official printing, they have also different scripts. So just like in English, you have italic, you have Time New Romans and all that different scripts. In Arabic, we have different scripts as well. So if you see ba here like that, it might change a little bit if it is printed on a different script. So ba, you start from here, and then just like a plate, right? If you want to follow with me, let's take them out and try to see this little line over here, the dotted line. This is the baseline for writing. Back when I learned English, we had like the 4-line thing where we have to put the B and C or the G underneath or so. So this is the baseline for that. If we had the baseline like that here, maybe I can change colors. So Alif, right here. Okay. So this is what? Well, no, the letter here. Okay, it sounds and the name is Alif. Good. And we write Ba. You need to hear Ba.
Ba.
See, so that is Ba. You can write it this way, same way is good. And then the same way we do with what? And it's easy, right? Like no, I see people saying no, it's not easy. So with the baseline, Ba and Ta and Tha, every letter stays like almost touching the top, just like that. The dot for Ba, it can be underneath. That's fine. Yes, please.
So when do you use the Hamza?
The Hamza.
Hamza, yes.
Hamza, you use it when you hear it. Again, any letter here, you use it when you hear it. If you hear it, you write it. And that makes it a lot easier. If you hear the letter, you write it. If you don't hear it, it's not there. So, without see, if you hear Asad, for example, which is a word for lion, Asad, you put Hamza on that one. But you don't hear it, you don't write it. So that was Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha. Then we go again. So Jim, then again I can write these and I can write these. 1, 2, 3, right? So I know some people, they say, how do you write that? You know, I've been doing it since I was born, pretty much. But you know, you need to look at the hand movement. There's one thing, again, it's not to follow, it's good not to follow, which is starting backwards. I know some people, they write Ta like that. They start from the left because they are used to the left and do this. Or Ba. And some of you smiling, I think you're doing it. Yeah, it's all right. So when you do that, that is not practicing Arabic. That is drawing, you know. And it's good to get everything right from the start. And that will make you more comfortable with the language, either reading or writing later on. So we don't want to start from the back. That's wrong. You want to write Ba. Ba is here, like that. Ta from here, right? Or that's Ta. And Tha, so forth. Okay? So and Jim, in this case, some people, they like to get artistic, you know, but we just want to write letters. We don't want to get artistic, you know, just like that. It has a belly, this belly. The three of them has a belly. One with dot, one without, and one on top. So this is Jim, Ha, Kha. Good. Let's try another line and keep those up. Okay, we have Dal, right? Or what is this? I just said it. What is it? Dal. Okay, good. So Dal is like that. Dal is, you can look at it as like a 45-degree angle, you know, just like that. Okay? You can just do it like that and you're good. Once you get used to it more, you start from the top. Top, like that? Yes, thank you for your question. So Dal, and it sounds D. Okay? So, and then we have this one. which is the same thing, dal, but with dot. Dal. Dal. Right? Now, people get confused with these two and the following two, which I don't blame them. They are confusing. But if you pay attention a little bit to the way they're written, this is Ra, and the same thing, Zai. Some people, in my classes, they actually write sometimes Ra like Dal, and Dal like Zai, and Zai like Val, and back and forth. One thing you need to remember, that Dal and Val, they are both on or on top of the line. Okay? Ra and Zai, they actually don't have to have this part, just to let you know. They don't really have to have it. It is just another, to make it more beautiful, or to connect words together. And some scripts, they only write it like that. So, totally, or most of it is underneath the baseline. Most of it or all of it, which is still okay. But I don't want to write Ra like this and you tell me this is Ra. This is not Ra. Right? So we have Dal, Zal, Ra, and Zai, and sounds Z, like bees. All right, and then we have, I think we're running out of room here, but we have what? Okay, Sin. Remember, there are three, we call them teeth. 3 teeth, 1, 2, 3. And the third one is belly underneath. Remember, those, the way the letters are written separately, they are not going to change a lot when they are connected, but we start here. That's how we start. This is what? Seen. Like I have seen something. So that's how you pronounce it, seen. And if we add 1, 2, 3, what do you think that is? Sheen, right? Okay. Sad. And the way you write it, so sad is this way. Again, the belly underneath, just like you see it right there.
What's the sound of that one again?
Sa, sa, sa. It's like amplified S, sa, not S, sa. So when you say S, feel your tongue where it is at, and from that place you go back. Sa, sad. Can we say sad? Sad. Sa, sa. And we can make it sound here too. Okay.
Sod.
So that's sad, okay? And if we put a dot on it, that would be bod. Bod. Yeah, it's funny because this word is tough as is, because it has D and amplified D. I think we're making it harder on you, not easier, right? But this one is
Bod. Bod.
yes. So bod, and it sounds like b if it's inside the word b. But so that is bod. Remember, we are going a little bit fast with these letters, but as we go, we will always come back and though you know your questions are welcome also anytime. If the alif happens to be at the beginning of any word, it has to sound as hamza, because simply we can't start with saying, you know, said, for example. It has to be said. When you say I am, you see, you can't say am. You have to say with the So when we hear the that's where we put the hamza, right? There are some words that is hamza actually, not alif, but a lot of people get them confused. But again, this is just introduction to the letters, half of them today, and you know, the rest of them we can always next week, the rest of them, and we will review and answer more of your questions, unless you have one more here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, yes, that's perfect. Like when we say Assalamu alaikum, you know what that is? Anybody? Yeah, it's like, it's one of the ways we greet people. We say Assalamu alaikum, like peace be upon you, and the at the beginning is hamza, but the hamza is on alif though. It doesn't just, you know, we don't write it by itself like that. We have to have alif and hamza on it, right? Well, I mean, this is, I don't really want to give you too much, but you can ask me questions. I think I gave you what we planned to give you this lesson. I will come to the vowels next time. I just want to, because they are in the second half of the letters, we will discuss this later. Just learn the first two lines, and you have a sheet, the way they look. I believe it's right here. Yeah. You have a sheet for the first two lines. Try to memorize them, the way they are written, and how many dots in each one, how they sound. Again, if you have questions, as far as class, it's dismissed. So please, commitment is very important. If you want to learn, you need to be here every time. And thank you again very much for coming. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إذا أعجبكم هذا الفيديو فنحن بحاجة إلى دعمكم لقناتنا من خلال ثلاثة أمور. الأمر الأول وهو الإعجاب بالفيديو، الأمر الثاني وهو المشاركة، والأمر الثالث وهو الاشتراك في القناة لكي يصلكم كل ما هو جديد. كما نرحب بتعليقاتكم وآرائكم على الفيديو. شكرا لكم والسلام عليكم.